This episode of the Sartorial Geek podcast is sponsored by Geek Girl Strong. Geek Girl Strong is basically the health and wellness community for nerdy women who don't necessarily love working out. It's run by Robin Warren, who is an amazing health coach and personal trainer. She does all kinds of great in-person, group, and private sessions, as well as online options. You can check out a lot of those on her Patreon too. I can tell you it really works. I've been working out with her for over a year and I don't hate it, which is really saying something. So check her out at geekgirlstrong.com and follow her all over the internet at geekgirlstrong. Hey, welcome to the Sartorial Geek podcast. I am Jordan Ellis and I'm at the ReedPOP studio, which is very cool. I'm here with Rhiannon, Gupta, and Andrew Esposito, and we're talking about BookCon, which is coming out super soon.
Yeah.
So are you guys both marketing for BookCon, or do you do different? I know you're marketing, Rhiannon.
Yes,
for BookCon.
so I am marketing for BookCon. I also do some marketing for Emerald City Comic Con.
Sweet. And then we actually just met like 1 minute ago, so I'm interviewing Andrew, but also I just want to know these questions anyway.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Welcome to my podcast, and let's be friends now. What are you working on at BookCon?
I do content.
Cool.
So, panels, guests, activities.
BookCon seems like it would have a lot of content because it's not just pop culture like actors. I mean, I know there are a lot of writers, but there's so much in the book world. So
content is king at BookCon for sure, and Andrew slays.
Yay! Well, so I mean, I'm sure everyone can guess what BookCon is, but if anyone's never heard of it, give the elevator pitch of like what the show is.
BookCon is like the place where fans can meet all of the authors that they ever thought that they ever wanted to meet, and the ones that they didn't know they wanted to meet.
Yeah, it's a good place to like find out about cool things because there are a lot of publishing companies there, right? So they're promoting their new stuff too, which is awesome.
Yeah, the show floor is like covered with different publishing houses, like Penguin Random House and Hachette and Abrams and like literally everybody.
But also like all of like the indie publishers as well. Like we have pulled from all over the country to like they come and also hang out on the show floor, and so there's just so much to actually experience.
And there's everything that's if you've been to a Comic-Con before, like there are autographs and are there photo ops?
So you can like sometimes take photos with the authors at autographing, but there's not like specific photo
like
ops.
a photo op.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But there are panels and there's a show floor. There's like everything. If you've been to a con before, there's like all the same stuff.
I believe you're on the show floor.
I am on the show floor. So if you come say hi to me. We are actually announcing something super cool. And then hopefully the second issue of our magazine will be out too. So BookCon is cool because like we're in New York, so it's close, but then also it's perfect timing, middle of the summer. Well, beginning of the summer, middle of the year. So I always love announcing something cool.
Yeah. I like the fact that like, you know, marketing for this show, you get to see all these different authors that are coming and you get to read about them. And especially for me, like, it's next to impossible to read every book that every author has come to the show with. So I'm reading some, like, quick cliff notes on Goodreads just to find out what their books are about. I'm like, oh my god, I would definitely read this. So,
is that hard because there are going to be so many stories there. Clearly, you're one person, you can't have read them all. But.
I mean, it is a little difficult. I want to be as genuine as possible.
Yeah.
And honestly, this show has increased my reading like 400%.
That makes sense. That's awesome.
Being for Emerald City Comic Con too, like I've read so many comics, and especially seeing a lot of the comic crossover, like Charles Soule's coming, and he just wrote a novel, and I've been reading Curse Words. And it's just so phenomenal to see that come through. But also, we've been doing this BookCon book club, which I've read all of the books for.
Yes.
And right now, the May book is Tomi Adeyemi's Children of Blood and Bone.
I pre-ordered that, but it's just on my shelf. I haven't read it yet. I definitely need to.
You have to.
Yeah. I've heard all the good things about that.
I've been reading. I read most of it this weekend, and it's so phenomenal.
Is it a digital book club or in-person? So how do people join? Does it go all year, or is it just leading up to this? Are you going to keep going after?
We hope that we're going to keep going for sure. We'll do probably like a light summer reading list over the summer.
Yeah, take a little break.
Yeah. But Yeah, and there's nothing you join. You just you look at what book we're reading, and
cool.
We'll post some prompts online to be ask a question to Tomi, and what did you think of this character, and how did you think of the writing, and we did that last month for Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, and
Awesome.
we've done Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, Nicola Yoon's
The Sun is also a star.
Yes, and the first one was
Renegades by Marissa Meyer.
which was also
That's
great.
awesome.
I
Really,
loved
really
that
good.
book.
I like all of those things are things because I follow a lot of bookstagrammers, so those are all
You,
titles that I
them,
see all the time.
And what's cool about our book club is that, one of our prompts is we poll questions from people who have been reading the book, who have
cool.
been engaging on the social pages, and and then we take those questions to the author, and then the author makes a video of answering the questions
What?
for them, and we get to post them on our pages and on our website, and so it actually just gets to bring you a little bit closer to the authors throughout the year too.
Yeah,
That's like a next level book club because normally the author is not involved at all.
Yeah, it's it's
Also,
surprise
seems
people are
low-key
reading this.
too, because if you can't keep up, you can just kind of skip that one and come to the next one. But then that's so cool that the authors are involved too.
Yeah.
That's real. Are all the books you're doing people who are going to be at the show this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. So all of the books that we've chosen are BookCon guests.
That's
be at the
super
show.
cool.
Yeah.
What's the best way to follow BookCon stuff? Is it follow the social? Is it a certain app? Because things are going on, not just those 2 days of the show.
Yeah, so we launched the app today.
Oh, perfect.
So if you search BookCon in iOS or Android stores, you can download that, and the community is constantly talking in there. So if you're ever looking for book recommendations or things to do at the show, or I'm new, I don't know what to do at the show, that's the number one perfect place.
Cool.
But we also have a Facebook group that's attached to the Facebook page. If you just search BookCon, that'll pop right up. Our Instagram is really popular, and our Twitter. So we're active everywhere.
That's
Everywhere.
awesome.
Can't get away from us.
Are you guys doing in-person events leading up to the show too, or is it mostly the online book club is the main?
It's mostly the online book club. We definitely want to do more in-person events in the future. So we have actually a couple of events happening at the Strand. So tomorrow,
That's awesome.
Yeah, tomorrow Chuck Palahniuk or Palahniuk, I don't know how to say his name.
No one knows how to
Chuck
say it.
Chuck P. Fight Club fame.
Yeah.
He's going to be signing basically all day tomorrow at the Strand,
Whoa.
which this won't be relevant when this comes out.
But those are the kinds of things people can find. That's awesome.
The Strand is our official bookseller, so we partner with them with a bunch of events, which is awesome.
And if anyone's never been to the Strand, you should totally go. It's
it's
one
my
of the
favorite.
greatest stores.
And Chuck will also be at BookCon, so since you're hearing this
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, so you can still and tickets at least as of the recording are still on sale. So it's in New York. It's at the Javits Center, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first weekend of June. Or is it the
second and third?
Second,
Okay,
third.
cool. Yeah, so you guys should come see me and these guys, and it's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you most excited? Or if that's a hard question, who's one of the most exciting people who's gonna be there? You don't have to pick a favorite. That's a rude question.
I mean, honestly, I read Becky Albertalli's The Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and I read that after I read The Upside of Unrequited, which I didn't realize it was the same author until I read and looked at her. I was like, oh my god, she wrote that one too! And I really can't wait to read Leah on the Offbeat, which is her new book.
Yeah.
So I hope that I run into her somewhere at the show and be like, hey, I loved your book. I think she's amazing, so I'd love to meet her. And now I'm really falling in love with Tomi Adeyemi's book. I think it's so great. So I'd love to see them. But there are so many good authors. We just announced Abby Jacobson, which is really cool.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Pretty.
No way!
Mhm.
Oh, she's so cool. That's the other cool thing. So if anyone doesn't realize, there are so many people you may not even realize write books. Politicians, sometimes you know that, but I was like, oh, the Clintons were at BookCon last year, and
well, Bill's going to be here this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Clintons are back.
Yeah. Kevin Hart was there last year. I was like, what is even happening? So it's a cool thing, even if you maybe aren't a huge reader.
Yeah.
You could be inspired to read books because they're just really cool people writing stuff.
Or if you listen to podcasts. By the time this is announced, I imagine Aaron Mahnke will be announced for Lore, which will be amazing.
That's very cool.
I love him. I've seen him live in New York, and he's his the way he speaks, his cadence is just
my gosh.
like sort of, it's haunting a little bit, which is perfect for his stuff. So
figure.
yeah, so I love that, and I also love Joseph Fink, who's coming back with his Alice Isn't Dead book.
Are they doing panels?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're both doing panels, and Aaron's doing an autographing in our autographing area.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for BookCon. I really cannot wait. Do you guys have any? Did you work on it last year too?
Yeah, I did.
Do you guys have any like favorite stories from BookCon before, or like any super cool people? Oh gosh, what's your face?
Well, there was the time that I accidentally convinced everybody that there were dogs in the panel hall.
Oh, that's so funny.
What happened?
So we were trying to, we put out a notification that, who was it?
Dogman.
Yeah, Dogman by...
Scholastic's Dogman. Dave Pilkey.
Yes. So Dave Pilkey had a panel going on, and we were like, I think I wrote something along the lines of Dogman is here, or like they're like calling all dogs or something.
Right.
And a whole bunch of our fans came running down to the panel hall saying, "Where are the dogs?"
Oh no.
And I came down.
Live dogs. For like a good hour, I think people were still like rotating through looking for the
trying
dogs.
to find
Which room were these dogs in?
I really want to pet some animals right now.
Well, and it wasn't even too far off, because I think we had a goat last year, because there was a book about goats.
No way.
And it was like donating to that organization if you bought a book.
Oh my gosh.
So it like totally wouldn't have been off key to have a bunch of dogs at the show.
Right.
And we actually keep joking around. Leslie keeps on saying that she wants to have a puppy con, or like a puppy room.
Oh my gosh.
Which would be amazing.
Please.
Yes.
Please do that. That'll be the next announcement for Read a Puppy Con. That would be awesome. Do you have any good favorite stories from?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was the one time when I met Stephen King and he asked me how his hair was.
Whoa.
So that was kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I said it was good, and then he left.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, like it's like we pretty much bonded for life after that.
Right.
So I still hear from him. I'm still waiting.
Yeah. That's awesome though. I mean, it's cool because you guys are behind the scenes, but then you also never really know. Like, it's not like you know who's walking through when. Like, it's not like you can be like, okay, I know I'm going to see these people, because everyone's just running around.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anyone that you're really, like, anyone coming this year that you are, like, a super fangirl or fanboy over? Or at this point, is it just, like, because you do shows, you're, like, chill no matter what?
I mean, I think that there's, like a willful ignorance of, like, no, I'm totally cool.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna ever, like, make me,
I'll
like,
totally always
yeah, like,
awesome.
I don't even care.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm really excited, actually, for Nico Tortorella from Younger. I think he's super cute and queer AF, like me, and I don't know, I really am, like, I don't know, I love him a lot.
That's
so I'm
awesome.
excited for him. But he's also sort of like his own free spirit. I don't know how everybody else people are like.
His video, which we'll post online at some point in the next week or two, is very free-spirited.
Nice.
He talks about writing his book on his iPhone. I was just like,
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so great. I was trying to write one email on my phone right now, and it's like, I'm giving up. I'll wait till next week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
What else do I want to ask about BookCon? Oh, do you guys do Book Expo stuff too?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that, because BookCon is an interesting situation because it's like two similar but different shows back to back and overlapping?
Yeah, so Book Expo is the like business to business show where it's publishers talking to booksellers to figure out like how to get their books in stores, and then store owners coming to find out, you know, tips and tricks. There it is. I was like, I wanted to say tips and tricks. I'm like, that's not it. Tips and tricks on how to like best sell their books to fans and to readers, and like it's really fascinating.
Is there programming with that too, or is it more just like meetings?
There's programming.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there's
so
quite a lot of
like
programming.
that you can, like what you were saying, like going and actually learning about selling and publishing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The panels are like a lot different. I mean, in terms of
Yeah,
that,
totally.
like they're talking about like marketing and data research, and like it's. I mean, if you're there in it for just like the authors, it's
That's
like,
not.
It's, yeah,
well,
it's
and
not
it's not open to the public, right? That's
No.
just like
Yes.
industry. Because I have some friends who work in libraries and different publishing, so they go those days.
Yeah, that's where librarians go wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Librarians go wild.
It makes sense though, because all the companies you work with are there, and you get to see all the new stuff,
Yeah.
and then you get to like see what people are excited about,
Yeah.
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's like an insane 5 days of just like people who love books, like in any capacity, that are like shoved into the Javits Center, and like if you have ever read a book, you're gonna feel right at home. Like,
Yeah, I feel like it's a really good. I mean, I have only been once, but the vibe was really good. Like everyone was super friendly, and you already know that you have something in common. I think. I mean, most people will have be into books. I think if you show up, which is cool.
I think too that even if you're not into books or reading, or like you haven't read a book since required reading in high school or
that's me
college or
sometimes.
something, there's so many ARCs or advanced reader copies that you can pick up for free at the show that you can sort of bring home and read at your own leisure, which is great. So even if you're bringing a friend or significant other or something who's just like, hey, I really want to go to this book show, will you come with me? Chances are they're probably going to find something that's right up their alley too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
this show is like perfect for like either the curious or cautious like attendee. Like
Right.
you're like if you're unsure on specific, if you're gonna find something that you want, or even if you're that interested in books, like rest assured, like you will find something that you're into at this show. It just like free stuff, really famous authors and celebrities. Like it just spans the whole gamut of things. Like you're just gonna find things.
And it's mostly news. It's people promoting new stuff, so it's not even like you need. It's not like, oh, you haven't read this yet. It's like everything no one's read yet. So I mean, I know there's older like classic stuff too, but
well, that's
it's
also
nice.
true. That's like a huge thing with like book culture. Is
Yeah.
like super into that. Like, oh, you haven't read this yet, but it's like here.
And I'm always like, yeah, no,
This is all
I
the new
haven't.
stuff.
I'm that person who I've read a very small number of books since
Exactly.
they were required. I would love to, but that's actually part of why I got into comics, because they're short.
Yeah.
So you can read them super short. And there are graphic novels and comics at BookCon too, right?
Yeah, I think Boom has a booth.
Oh, cool.
I think. But I know one of the comics publishers at least has a booth. And I know we have 2 authors who are coming to the show who work on Lumberjanes.
Oh, I
Brooklyn-
love Lumberjanes.
Brooklyn Allen and Mariko
Tamaki.
Yeah.
And there's stuff for all ages too. Like there are kids things and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like
Actually,
adult things.
Anne Wheaton's coming, and she's bringing Piggy and Pug,
Oh my
which
gosh.
I still have to like pick up and read. I think it's such a cute like idea for a book. And
awesome.
Zach King, who is the like YouTube magician,
Yeah.
he wrote a middle grade book about like finding magic, and that is really cool too. And I think he's doing a meet and greet.
He is doing a meet and greet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So even if you're not shopping for yourself, you can like, they're all ages and for kids. I got a ton of stuff for my nieces last year because I was like, you guys should read because I love this. And everything looks so beautiful. Like it's, because bookstores usually aren't huge. So this is kind of like the biggest bookstore ever because it's a huge convention of just rows and rows of books, which is so cool. And then there are other things too, like I think one of the cool things I saw last year were people selling like accessories for readers, like
Oh yeah.
you know, just like whatever, pillows that look like books or things that you wouldn't like
Well,
think of.
we actually partnered with BookBow.
Yeah,
and
I saw that for the first time last year.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
introduced to her stuff. So explain what it is. So cool.
I think her premise, and I'm like so sorry if I get this wrong. Benita's wonderful.
We'll like link to her website too, so you can check it out.
The premise is it's like a fabric pocket that protects your books when it's in your bag and you're like on the move.
So smart.
And we actually have an exclusive one that's going to be at the show store.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm definitely getting it.
booth 1661.
Perfect.
And yeah, she's also I think going to be exhibiting there, but she has an exclusive one that's just with us, which is super cool.
I got 3 or no, I think I got 5 last year, and I gave away 2. But they really are great because I mean, especially if you're like a commuter reader, my books are destroyed because they're in my book bag with my laptop and my water and whatever, and they're like a little cushion.
Well, and
It's like a laptop sleeve for your book.
and the large size actually fits graphic novels perfectly.
Those weren't out yet last year, and I was like, I'm definitely coming back because like they're pieces of art, and then I feel weird sometimes traveling with one, so they're awesome. Sweet. Do you guys have any book recommendations for people if they can't go to BookCon, but like, is there something that you've already recommended a ton of things, but what, like...
I mean, I would definitely say follow the book club.
Yeah, cool.
And I try to keep the Goodreads account up to date.
Oh, is it a BookCon Goodreads?
Yeah,
Cool.
so if you search Goodreads for BookCon, hopefully will pop up.
Yeah.
And it should be an official account with like our logo on it. And I've put in all of our authors. I still need to update it with our most recent upload, but whatever they're promoting at the show is on our shelves for like different genres, and like 2017's on there, 2018's on there. So if you're looking for a recommendation and you want to see like what kinds of authors are coming to our show, that's a perfect place to stop.
That's awesome, because if you aren't a super book fan, sometimes you're just like, what do I do? And then I always feel kind of lame just like picking the prettiest one in a store. I mean, sometimes I found really cool stuff. I'm like, I feel like this is kind of cheating.
Yeah.
Like I'm exactly judging a book by its cover and like just picking the one I like the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
I love recommending books though. That's like my jam. Like you can't stop me from recommending you a book. And that's like what I love about this show is that this show is like basically one big recommendation.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it is curated. Like it's not just everyone who writes books is there. Like they're
when I program like for the panels and stuff, I'm always going after like the things like I want, like are huge and like people want, and like so everything that we do is like one big recommendation of
so you should follow the app and like follow BookCon on social, even if you can't go this year, because you'll just get cool information about books coming out.
Yeah, we'll constantly be updating on just like what's going on and keep you informed.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you guys want to pitch your own socials too, or just BookCon? Like, do you want people to find you also?
I'm Bake RHI on Twitter and Instagram, and I take a lot of pictures of food.
It's awesome. I love following you.
My Instagram is Andrew_Esposito, ESPOSITO, and my Twitter is @GingerCrawler.
That's an awesome username.
Because I have red hair.
I love that. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for chatting. And honestly, everyone should go to BookCon. If you can't make it this year, you should go some year because it's the best.
Yeah, it's a really chill show and it's super cool, and guaranteed you'll pick up something you'll have fun reading.
Yeah. Reading's the bomb.
Hashtag read more books.
I love that.
Hashtag more get lit terrary.
Oh my god. How many more? Yeah, no. Keep going. I love this so much. Get lit terrary is really sweet.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I mean, we can keep going. Puns. I got pages, chapters, novel. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for listening. If you like our podcast, you can subscribe and you can leave us a rating if you want to help us out. And we have a Patreon with a ton of really weird gifts sometimes. We have one that is just a box of cool stuff that we curate for you. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good week. Stay nerdy.